So I'm finally back making another Batman movie update video. I think since the last one I made, Carmine Falcone has been cast, a little bit of tidbits here and there, but nothing substantial to talk about until today. Because of course, yeah, like you could probably tell from the title of the video, we've got quite a bit to talk about. Now in the past 24 hours, just going over a brief history of events. Some of you may be in the know, some of you may not, just to cater for everyone. There's been a few set photos coming out, and I'll put this page in the description down below. All of these photos that I'm going to be showing in this video are from Wade Gravett. I'm sorry if I butchered the name. But yeah, if you want to keep up to date, it seems that he's getting quite a few photos of the very brief, scene that they're shooting for the Batman. Go follow that page. There's been a few GCPD cars, a news van, and I was like, I can't really talk about that by itself. You know, I could speculate about a couple of things, but nothing major. And I've done stuff like this before where I talk about stuff and then bigger and bigger stuff comes out, and probably the same thing applies to this video as well. But since we see Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne, undoubtedly Robert Pattinson in one of these photos, we have to talk about it. But also, I can't guarantee this, but I think Colin Farrell's Penguin, and we'll get into that a little bit more. Before we get into this, guys, go ahead and like this video if you do enjoy it, and of course subscribe for more videos on my coverage and my thoughts and everything like that on the Batman 2021, because as a lot of you may already know, I'm covering this film with most details that come out. So let's get into this. So first of all, of course, I want to talk about what I think about these new shots of Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne. Now, Wade Gravett said, can confirm 100% as he never revealed his face, but is this Robert? Looking at it myself and the whole internet's reaction, that is very obviously Robert Pattinson. You could say it's a stunt, but like the hair's a giveaway, to be honest. But the more intriguing thing, I think we can just rule out that's meant to be Bruce Wayne. This is our first official look. It's very Batman 0 year, like New 52, like just on the bike. Obviously, it's not identical. Maybe I'm showing something on the screen right now, but this feels very pre-Batman. Now, from what we know generally about the film, that's been floating between the woodwork, so to speak, is that the Batman's meant to be a couple of years or so into his career. He's by far not meant to be the Batman that the city Gotham knows about. It protects, like overlording protector of Gotham or anything like that. But he's meant to be out there. Maybe like there's a newspaper article saying the bat, or have you seen this, bat swoop by or something like that. But nothing really more substantial. He hasn't got to the point of where you may be familiar with him in other materials, films, video games, comic books, whatever, right? And same thing applies to his villains. Apparently, a lot of the villains may not be at their pinnacle point, but quite a few of them, if not mainly all of his rogues gallery, can't confirm this, but this has been the rumors up until this point, are already active out there. So maybe that means that Harvey Dent isn't a district attorney or something like that, or a lawyer, whatever way they might play it. He might already be Two-Face. Same with Penguin. He might be fully fledged Penguin, but we'll get onto that in a second because there's a certain photo which I'm very suspicious about. You get the gist. The weird thing about this is it looks like Bruce has just returned from his ventures into Gotham and pulled up. Now, I can't. That's way too speculative. For example, he's got a sick motorbike there. He's got a huge ass backpack. It looks like he's covering himself up to be pretty warm. This is kind of a weird breakdown, but my point is, it could be him coming into Gotham from a particular kind of origin montage of him training. Maybe Matthew Reeves wants to do that, but then that kind of conflicts with the rumors we've heard up until now with it being, a couple of years into Batman. But that doesn't mean that they might not throw in like a 30-second fragment, 2-minute fragment of a montage of his history up until the point of where he's at, instead of just dedicating a whole Batman Begins-esque film. They might only be doing that in like 2 minutes. But then again, on the other side of things, I would like to imagine that this could just be Bruce doing some reconnaissance. He still may be, as what we know about this movie in terms of Batman, newbie Batman, but this is just him with a balaclava on, doing some recon with why or whatever as to why the news vans and GCPD cars have pulled up at this place. And it could be just as simple as that. Could have already been in Gotham. The training could have been done 2 years ago that he's already done to become Batman. And this could just be him doing some recon. That's simple as that. So I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comments below as to this. As for anything else, I can't really comment too much more because, mainly he's got the motorbike helmet on there. He's mainly quite concealed up. It does seem very Batman 0 year. But I think personally, it is just him doing some recon. But it would be pretty cool if Matt Reeves went heavy I don't know, it would be interesting to hear your thoughts. Do you think it'd be a waste or too rushed if they just show like a 5-minute montage in the beginning of the movie, and this is him like sort of ending it with him coming into Gotham? Seeing Bruce train with multiple mentors would be incredible, rather than, even though I love the way Batman Begins did it, rather than just how they did Ra's al Ghul, it would just be, it would be great to see more of what it's more like in the comic books, for example. It seems that something has happened, because we've got the Gotham channel news there, 7, but it also says HD, and then there's a lot of people debating, you know, what's the time setting here? And I say that because, quite simply, you know, the Batman could be in the 90s. This is what we've been led to believe up until now from various rumors. But then again, Gotham has often been timeless. Whether you've watched a Gotham TV show or just Gotham in general in the comic books, they've always stylistically portrayed it as there's some modern things. You can have flip phones, but then you can have old cars from like the 30s or the 40s or the 50s. But it's still up for debate. You only really know until you know. Lots of people are saying, but there's modern cars on set and stuff like that. But then you've got these kind of cars, you know, which look like reminiscent of a classical kind of Gotham vibe and design to them. There's like these taxis with like the skyline of Gotham on them. It's very, like, all this stuff gets a fan, if you couldn't tell already, very, very excited and enthusiastic to speak about this. So I'm loving already what I'm seeing, even though this is absolutely nothing. But yeah, I can't tell you when it will be said, because it could just be, they might not state it. It could be a blend of something you could argue about being the 90s, or it could be some modern stuff thrown in there as well, making you think, oh, well, what's it going to be? But either way, in conclusion, the reason why I'm saying is probably just Bruce doing some recon. It doesn't really want everyone knowing that the billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne is there. That's why he's kind of concealed a little bit. It's because something has evidently happened. The news is here. GCPD cars are here. So it's the Batman wanting to get a little bit up and close to see what's going on. But another very interesting thing is that you may know Colin Farrell is playing the Penguin. However, this doesn't necessarily look like the Penguin, but I think it very well could be. Now, I can't confirm this, as these aren't like, you know, face-to-face photos or anything like that, but that does look like Colin Farrell to me with dyed hair. There's a couple of photos, I believe. One's a bit more crisper than the other one. But yeah, that looks like Colin Farrell to me. But some of you may say, but that's not the Penguin. That doesn't look like Penguin. Well, my answer to that is, it doesn't necessarily mean that it won't be. Modern iterations of the Penguin aren't always the cliche, insanely comic book accurate, kind of overweight, smaller. Do you know what I mean? What the Penguin looks like. This looks like more of a modernized, maybe more Emperor Penguin, if you will. It feels like they're doing Oswald Cobblepot potentially, but in the stylized version of Emperor Penguin. Maybe I'm showing something on the screen now to kind of make you understand that a bit more if you don't know Emperor Penguin. But, you know, not saying he is Emperor Penguin. It could be Oswald as the Penguin, but, you know, done a little bit differently by Matt Reeves adopting the Emperor Penguin style. He's got the umbrella there, and as I said, to me, that looks, you know, kind of like Colin, but I could be wrong. I would love to know what you think down in the comments below. It's intriguing nevertheless. What we have to remember as well is, as I said at the beginning, even though Batman is supposed to apparently already be Batman at this point, doesn't mean that everyone, like the villains, like Oswald, Harvey Dent, are at their very, very height of what they would look like in the comic books. Do you know what I mean? So this could be why this is the Penguin still, but 6 years, 7 years, 10 years from now, he might look like more, you know, of what you would think he would look like. But let's assume this is Colin Farrell, and the more I look at it, seriously, the more I look at this particular picture, that looks like Colin Farrell. It seems that whatever's going on here, you know, Oswald or the Penguin could just be getting involved. It could be something related to him. He could be looking at it just like the Batman, Bruce Wayne, is checking it out. Either way, this is all very, very, very early stuff. There's going to be plenty of more things like this to come down the road. So make sure you are subscribed to make sure you like get these videos coming from me in terms of what I think of it and just the latest updates in general. But this just makes me very, very excited. I'm sure you're very excited as well. As for the Batsuit, I expect something to be revealed about it fairly soon. I can't tell you exactly when, but at the end of the day, if they want to get on top of it first, they might just give us a good look at what it looks like in public, rather than risk it getting leaked through blurry photos like these. Even though these are amazing, giving us a little insight into it, you'd want to see the Batsuit in the best kind of representation to the fans for the first time, you know, in a good way, rather than just, hey, look, a really far shot of it through a window of somebody who's working and checking out the film in production. So yeah, I'm very excited, guys. I don't think I'm going to waste your time by talking about it anymore, because I can't tell you exactly what's going on here in the story. But either way, there's some GCPD cars, Gotham New City car. It has HD on the side. People were pointing out, oh, the first HD broadcast was at a certain time in the 90s, technically. If you're fussed about the time of when this movie will be set in, I think it will be 90s. You could argue it's, of course, timeless. But yeah, who knows at the end of the day. But we've also got our first look at Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne, who I believe has already come back from his training. But let me know if you think this is just when he's initially come back. I think this is just him going undercover. But yeah, hopefully, as I'm probably making this video, probably by the time I've uploaded it, you guys are going to be commenting saying, Boba, they've literally just got a really up-close, detailed image of Robert Pattinson. How are you feeling right now? Well, if that happens, that happens. At least I spoke to you guys about this. Let me know if you think I missed anything I could have compared it to with the comics that you may, think about, which I didn't think about. But other than that, everyone, like this video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe for more Batman movie updates like this. Check out my past couple of videos appearing on the screen. At least they should be. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.